So, Daddy, there's this particular incident that was crucial to your journey, I mean, in your journey as a civil servant that you talked about, your insomnia for 12 years. I want you to talk about it. Briefly tell us what led to it, how you resolved it, and how you've been able to carry on your life thereafter.
Thank you. A 12-year insomnia was very, very agonizing, and I must confess to you, I didn't find it easy because I had to go to work even when I was not sleeping. From 1993 to 2005. I couldn't sleep even for just a second. And I was going to church. Each time, most of the time, I would collapse on the way to the church. Wow. All I wanted was that I wanted to die in the church. Behind that, but we cannot pinpoint to just one. But all I suspected, especially when it started, was after a probe panel was set up by the Lawal administration, the military governor, and then he made me the chairman of that panel. Ordinarily, if Lawal was a governor, a civilian governor, he would not have done that. But because I was a level 12 officer then, and then now probing level 16 officer, who was a superior officer even to my own departmental head, I rejected it. They said I should go to Lawal, but to go to governor to say, no, I will not be. I started the job, and then we had 4 others, with me. And each time, there was this term of reference and many others to cut it short. So I will approach that guy, and each time I get, I will prostrate. Mama, I can't rub my hand, yes. I discovered none of other members were asking questions. I was the only one asking questions. Then it got to a stage when it started cursing me. And when I could no longer bear the situation, I went to my Oga, and then I was taken to the permanent secretary, and it was cautioned. So it was, you would discover that in those days, civil service was such that many people would fear, because at least I was an eyewitness to a particular situation like that when I was there, when there was this kind of probe and what have you. And then those people concerned, I mean, the man who was under investigation told the wife, please go and tell your husband to jáwọ́. But nígbà tí ó jáwọ́, the same department ló ń lò. Woman yẹn oríṣiríṣi ló kú sí. So in my case, it was easy for me to say, oh, because of all these causes and what have you, I went into that. In fact, to the extent that at a stage, the Reverend Father came to give me the last sacrament, anointed me for burial, sort of. But it got so good. But the mystery behind the whole thing is that my marriage collapsed, crashed, and I had to get another wife, matron, called Ajoke. And then her mother died. We were preparing for the burial. So the day the woman was to be buried, I had already prepared to go to mortuary to dress or what have you. I said, okay, let me go to my wife and tell her, look, prepare, because women generally, all this relay and what have you. When I got there, I met her stone dead.
That was your second wife?
Yes. So we took her to the mortuary, we took the mother from the morgue, and then put my wife there. Many people will still remember that story in Abeokuta. So, the mystery, like I said, the mystery So the day I started, I mean, I was completely restored. A friend of mine, a retired permanent secretary Tokunbo, came to me because I was all alone in the house and said, let's go and see somebody whose wife is celebrating birthday. He sat down with me and he said we will go by 4. Unfortunately, we were watching television. I never knew. What happened, I wouldn't know, even till today. I went into sleep, deep sleep, even though I use Lesotan, about 2, 3, 4. And no doctor will recommend 2, that pink, which is 100 milligram for anybody. But through the back door, I will get it, I will not sleep. So, at the end of the day, I slept, and Tokunbo couldn't come out because we had a steel door. And if he should open it, I will wake up until I said, Fola, I said, don't look at the time. It was already 5.
From when did you begin to sleep?
Yes.
When did you begin to sleep? What time of the day?
I wouldn't. No, in the afternoon we were going to, a celebration.
All right.
And so it came to me, I think around 12.
Okay.
So to share the day, joke with me and what have you.
were
And day
able
after
to
go together. I just left. Oh no. He left. He said he's going home. That I cannot go to that place again. And then he went home. I came back. I sat on that chair, pushy chair, and I never knew when I went
off again.
Yes. But the following day, 5 o'clock, I woke up. The
5
television, 5 a.m. So the television, everything was still there. In short, that was the end of the
insomnia.
12 years.
So by the time you slept, that day you were to go for a party, did you use any drug?
I didn't use anything.
It just came naturally.
I'm telling you, my brother. And if you ask me now to go and sleep, within 5 minutes I'm off.
Sleep again.
Since then.
Well, it's
but
very...
the question I was asking myself, I have not been able to find an answer. This new wife I married couldn't have been the source of my problem. I had been carrying it, from 1993, and I got married to this woman. Is it not 2001 or thereabout?
Wow!
So you can see the gap. I couldn't, to me, it looks strange.
She was there when you had married her before the insomnia ended.
Yes.
So she is a witness to that.
She was the one because she was a matron at the Chokeno State Hospital. So it will smuggle less water for me because Valium couldn't do the work.
Wow.
I will take about 10. Nothing will happen.
Wow.
But,
thank God. Well, anyway, God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
He moves in mysterious ways with wonders to perform. Now, you are also a writer, sir, and you're a member of the Association of Nigerian Authors. Can you just briefly tell us your literary journey, how you started and how far you have gone in your literary journey?
I forayed into writing right from the second year in teaching. And that was 1970 when I wrote Veronica, my daughter, and we acted like I assembled my students. Yes, we acted it. From 1970, I've been a columnist of so many papers and what have you. Now, I started writing, and till date, I have about 11.
Wow.
Till published, and the remaining unpublished. Wow. I'll be bleeding heart.
Can you tell us the titles of those published?
Okay, thank you, sir. My first book was a sausage that failed.
Is it a play, a fiction?
No, not a play. And it was launched while I was still in the service. And that gave me a name. Because it was my former lecturer that came to deliver the governor's speech and called me life wire of a department. Since then, that envy became very obvious, which actually led to my
Brush with the people of the netherworld.
So when you have the, I mean, Sausage That Failed, The Bleeding Heart, Machete Court, I have the Wonder Twins, I have this Yoruba play, The World of the Tortoise, not Yoruba. We have Idaun, we have Yano Mortuary, we have the Judge. I've mentioned Machete Court. Machete Court is about, more or less about myself.
Is
Like
that one
writing.
published?
No, not yet.
It's not published. Okay.
Because I have to update all the time. So till now I have not updated the whole thing.
Now, those that are published, who published them? Which publishing outfit published them?
My brother, I have very nasty experience. The first book, there was no problem. It was published by Egbemisho Dipo, the Sausage That Failed. And I can say I have a few change. That it was 10 naira per copy at that time.
Okay.
But the second one I gave and I paid for it.
Okay.
I mean, the person who handled it, published it, produced copies and began to sell, here and there, and even including FC Oshiele there. And when I discovered, some people said I should take him to court, but all those, I couldn't do it. For reasons best to me.
Of course.
I will get a lawyer, I will do this, I
It
will
would be a waste of time.
And some people, but after some time, I went ahead writing. As a matter of fact, some people say I'm a prolific writer. I always like to write every moment of my life, and even up to the present moment. When I am not engaged in church activities, you find me writing there.
This environment provides for that kind of idyllic life.
Thank you.
So are those books still in print? Your published books?
Yes, they are.
They are still in print?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you have books unpublished and you are 80 years. What are your plans for the publication of these books?
Yes, I'm trying to make some contact. But unfortunately, some of these publishers, they will. One thing is that although I've obtained
ISBN and all that
for some of the books, but I don't know the experience I had with. I don't want to mention that publisher.
It is well. They are all
so
about
with
the
all
same.
those things, I keep hoping that one day something will happen.
It's a pleasure for me to come to this Garden of Eden. When I came in and I saw the lush garden, the cocoa trees, the palm trees, and what have you, I just wished I would have a thing like this. It's a wonderful thing. I believe that you can say now that you have lived a fulfilled life at 80.
Yes, my brother. From the look of things, I think I've tried. And I give glory to God because it's not by might or power that I am 80. The grace of God has sustained me to the present moment. And I thank God for that.
Thank God, you thank God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Now, you turned 80 just this week, right? On Tuesday.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Now, looking back, how can you just briefly appraise your life from the time you grew up till this moment? How would you briefly appraise it?
Thank you, my brother. I was born into a polygamous house, and my parents hailed from Osun-Ekiti in Oye local government. And my childhood days was, very pleasant, as a matter of fact. My parents were disciplinarians, and I started school early. I think I was about 6 when I started primary school, and I had the best I could have then from my parents. My father was a farmer and a hunter. My mother was just supporting the activities of the great man. And I went to primary school. St. Mary Catholic Primary School, Sinkiti. So thereafter, I went to St. Michael Catholic Modern School, Ikole Ekiti, and I happened to be one of the pioneers then. There I had my modern school education before I proceeded to Akure Secondary Commercial School, and I left that place in 1968. Then I came back and I started teaching as early as 69 at Harding Memorial Commercial School at Ekiti. I was a commercial teacher, and from there I became curious. I wanted to go to the university, and I started writing GC, until finally I had my English, because in those days it was not easy to obtain even a pass in English, because our papers used to come from Kent, and then no matter how brilliant you were in those days, you have to go some extra mile before you could accomplish your goal. So after some time, I discovered that I was not a trained teacher, and then there was this dichotomy between trained teacher and then those that were not trained. I was a commercial teacher purely, so grade 2 teachers at that time were recorded, and then there was this salary disparity. I was earning £13, while my colleagues, trained teachers, were earning £17 at that time. But my ambition was to go to university, and I was very curious about it. I relocated from Ado-Ekiti to Ile-Ife. So later, I was lucky. I got admission to the University of Ibadan, and I went there to study adult education, community development, and social welfare. But when I was to go for NYSC, I was already 32. So I was so I was not qualified to go for. So thereafter, I came to Ogun State here, and I was employed. So I was doing that job. Everybody loved me. I came in 1979. That was January. By February, I had already secured a car loan, and I bought a car. My family was still, apparently, they are still there. Ile-Ife. I was coming from Ile-Ife. So that was an added advantage for me to move, particularly on Friday, to Ife. So I was loved, and I was very much concerned about my job. The people say I was very committed, devoted to the job, and I think I was. But I am extremely stubborn, my brother, especially when you come out, you are oppressing someone. And what led to my exit from civil service was that I was fighting for the junior colleagues. They said it, and it was written in writing that I should be, on Shongom, Ekiti, which is my place. Apparently, somebody who typed the letter gave me a copy secretly. That is the more reason why I don't normally want to expose. Otherwise I would have published it. That is just it.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank God, sir. Now, death is inevitable. We can't afford not to talk about it. We just pray that it will just take a long while before it comes. By the time you are gone, what legacy would you want to be remembered for?
My brother, people that are very close to me, most people say it doesn't, that I'm honest. They are saying that. And I believe I am honest. And I will never do anything evil to any human being like me, because I know there's always a repercussion. And I want to secure heaven by the time I die. Hard work is another thing.
Now, you are 80.
Yes,
not everybody that lives to be 80. That's talking about longevity.
Yes, sir.
And you still look like, I can say you look like somebody who's in his 60s. I've seen 60-year-olds who look just like you. Can you tell us the secret of your longevity and your good looks?
Well, it is not by might or by my power. The grace of God is at work. That is all I can say. But well, that may not be relevant if I have to make reference to that. My father died at the age of 105.
It could be important because when there's longevity in the family, it carries over to the
And my
next
mother
generation.
died at the age of 118.
So we can look forward to still having you for 20, 30 years. That's
Well,
wonderful.
if it is God's wish,
Yes, if it is
that
God's
is just it.
Okay, sir. It is well.
Thank
Now
you, sir.
you have children, right? How are your children? How are they carrying on in life? Is any one of them following in your footsteps as a literary person?
Uh, I really don't know. Some of them are not with me any longer, but I know that a child of mine who is a professor, I have some of her books, but
She wrote books.
yes, not just fiction or non-fiction, but subject or something.
Textual books. Okay.
That is just it. She's a professor at the University of Ife. But others, I have never been told that anyone
is making a foray
so they concentrate on their, discipline and what have you.
work. Okay.
Some businessmen, some. I still have one now, who they popularly call last born or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was when I had trouble, and then I couldn't locate my children anymore as a result of that marriage crash. Okay. So I decided on my own that I must get a son, because I lost hope at that time. I was even willing to die, as a matter of fact.
Of course.
So because the trouble was too much for me, it appears as if the whole world collapsed on me.
So you and your children are reconciled now?
Oh, of course, no problem.
Thank God. That's the important thing.
Yes, sir.
Well, I still look forward to seeing you more. We'll still be talking more. We pray that God will provide the means to publish your works, because the books are just not good if they're not published. They're only good when they are published, so that people can learn lessons from them and benefit from them.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
I am grateful, sir.
It's been a pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.